Hey everyone. Next up, we have an early talkie musical, the 1929 film Glorifying the American Girl, starring Mary Eaton. Now, Gloria Hughes, as played by Mary Eaton, has long wanted to be in the Ziegfeld Follies, but she has failed to get in so far and has been working as a song plugger in the music department of a store. She works with Buddy, Edward Crandall, who loves her, and their friend, Barbara O'Shea, who loves Buddy. Now, at a company picnic, Buddy proposes to Gloria, but she refuses, stating that the stage is her first love. Now, a pair of performers at the picnic, Miller, Dan Healy, and Mooney, Kay Renard, pick a fight, and Miller decides to go with Gloria as a new partner when he sees her dance. Now, they start traveling together as a dance team, bringing along Gloria's mother, Sarah Edwards, although Miller has certain designs on Gloria which she doesn't agree with, resulting in the team almost breaking up. However, that is prevented when Miller finds out that she might have a chance at a Ziegfeld show. So he tries to make up with her and offer her a 5-year contract where they split everything 50-50, which Gloria accepts at her mother's urging. Now, they come back to New York, where they audition for Ziegfeld's director, who turns the team down, but Gloria, determined to make good, tries to show what she can do and is hired. Now, Buddy and Barbara had met them at the train station, but Barbara had been left behind and ended up in an accident and sent to the hospital. As soon as Buddy found out, he came to her, and they ended up as a couple. Meanwhile, Gloria had the show to do. Now, most of what I learned about this movie, I learned from the recent Blu-ray's commentary by Richard Barrios, who wrote A Song in the Dark, The Birth of the Musical Film. Now, Florence Ziegfeld Jr. was a famous theatrical producer, mainly known for putting on the Ziegfeld Follies from about 1907 through 1927. With the Follies, he was indeed known essentially for glorifying the American girl, which would actually become the slogan of the Follies in 1922. Now, in 1925, Paramount made a contract with Ziegfeld to use his name and the slogan for a silent movie. Now, obviously, we're talking about a musical talkie from 1929 and not a silent film, so it's safe to say that the movie suffered through a number of cast, director, and script changes over the years. And production on the movie only really picked up steam after the success of the 1929 MGM musical The Broadway Melody. They cast actress Mary Eaton, who was coming off the Marx Brothers comedy The Coconuts, and who had been a Ziegfeld star herself for 4 years. However, troubles continued to plague the movie, and they brought in Rudy Vallee, Helen Morgan, and Eddie Cantor to add more star power for the movie. Sadly, by the time it was released, the market had been flooded with many backstage musicals, and the film flopped. Of course, it didn't help that the production of the movie had been highly publicized, resulting in audiences pretty much knowing that production had been jinxed. Now, as a fan of a lot of the classic movie musicals, many of which feature stories of vaudeville performers trying to make it big, I find it hard not to have heard of Florence Ziegfeld Jr., especially when I've seen the movies The Great Ziegfeld, Ziegfeld Girls, and Ziegfeld Follies. So I admit, seeing Ziegfeld's name advertised on the cover for this, combined with it being an early talkie musical, an era and genre I haven't seen much of, and that's a fact I'm trying to rectify. So, this was a movie I wanted to try. And to a large degree, it was maybe about what I expected. The dancing was only so-so, which, from what I have seen, seems to be typical of some of the early talkie musicals. And the music itself, for me, was fairly forgettable. Now, I would say, too, that at least 2 of the actors in this were rather wooden in their performances. But to be fair, both of them were very, very minor characters that not on screen a whole heck of a lot, so that is easy to live with. Now, the main disappointments were for me, were the more downbeat nature of the film, and the poor editing that ended a song and a comedy skit in the show within a show at the end. Plus the fact that neither the conniving dance partner Mooney nor Gloria's leech of a mother get their comeuppance. I mean, that stuff all is disappointing me. But all that being said, I did still enjoy the movie. Even if his comedy skit as Mo the Tailor was cut short, not to mention being a little out of place in an otherwise more serious movie, Eddie Cantor was one of the best moments of the movie. The movie was interesting from a historical perspective as one of the few remaining movies with any parts filmed in 2-color Technicolor to still survive, very much intact. Of course, being a pre-code film, it does have a few instances of very minor swearing and a few outfits that, at least from the distance, might give the impression of nudity, but still minor stuff there. Now, this movie may not be a frequent viewing, but it's still fun enough to make it worth recommending. Now, this movie is available on Blu-ray and DVD from Kino Lorber. Their transfer makes use of the UCLA restoration, and it looks fantastic. Sure, there are some scratches here and there, and the 2-color Technicolor sections don't look great, but according to the commentary by Richard Barrios, that was apparently caused by how it was filmed. But I will say that the movie's restoration alone makes it worth seeing. The movie itself is 1 hour and 36 minutes in length. Well, that's all I have to say on this one, everybody. Thanks for listening. I hope you'll keep coming back for more.